Alrighty, we are heading into a resort today, the Mystic Dunes, to give a little tour. I'm staying here right now. I can look at the pools and the rooms and give you an overview of this resort. Hi everybody, it's Kylie from Theme Parks for Grown-Ups. I am here at the Mystic Dunes Resort and Golf Course, and I'm going to give you a little tour of the resort and also take a look at the room and give you an idea of what it's like to stay here at this resort. Now, there are lots of reasons to stay here and lots of disadvantages to staying here, and I'll go over that while I tour the resort, and I'll show you everything that it has to offer and a few of the downsides. But right off the bat, a couple of the upsides is that this place is generally very affordable in comparison to other large resorts in the area. For instance, I've seen this place go for as low as $70 per night during non-peak season, and that's pretty great in the grand scheme of things, considering it's a very nice place. And the rooms that are offered offer a kitchen and laundry inside the room, so lots of great reasons to stay here. Also note that it is fairly close to Disney World. It is about a 15-minute drive to Magic Kingdom and all the other theme parks. It's not that bad. There can be some traffic in the morning, so just kind of factor that in. But if you have a car, that is totally ideal. If you plan on bringing a car or renting a car, this place is great, and I totally recommend it. First off, as we kind of drive down the road here, just notice that this place is enormous. So there are apartments there are rooms all over this resort, giant complexes. A lot of them are timeshares, and then there's also a resort part where regular hotel guests can stay at, and we'll get into the timeshare thing in a second. But first I just kind of want to show you that it's enormous. So we have multiple complexes all around in different sections. On the right side you're going to see some houses that are really close to the community as well. So they have some pools back there, and then there are several different amenities like shared pools for these complexes, the people staying at the resort and the timeshare people. So Mystic Dunes does provide theme park shuttles, and these go to Disney World, Universal, and SeaWorld, I believe. And so they're available to everybody staying at the Mystic Dunes Resort, and you can go ahead and use that free shuttle service. I will say that this shuttle isn't quite as convenient as like Disney resort shuttles. In fact, it's not as convenient at all. They only leave certain times of the day, and they only leave once or twice during the day. So Magic Kingdom bus might only leave at 7:30 a.m. and that's your only chance to get on the free shuttle, and it also only comes back once a day most of the time. If you're concerned about shuttle schedules and you're not really sure what to expect, go ahead and call the front desk at Mystic Dunes just to ask them what their schedule is currently. It does change throughout the year because park hours are different throughout the year, but most of the time it's only once or twice a day that you're going to catch a bus to certain parks. So maybe Epcot doesn't leave until 10:30 a.m. and I've heard that was possible with Epcot leaving later in the day, things like that. So make sure before you book that you call the front desk and ask them what their current schedule is and how often the bus leaves, and they'll be able to tell you exactly what you need to do. Throughout the resort you're going to see some different amenities. I really enjoy the fact that they have grills, so you can use these grills and just bring your own food. It's very convenient, very fun. Come out here and do your own grilling. They also have some fun games you can play, and then some picnic tables for you to enjoy outside. So this is a really great option if you've got a big family and you want to eat out and you want to have something a little more special, and come out and use the grills that are kind of scattered throughout here. One thing I forgot to note about the cost is the fact that it is an affordable place, and you might see prices as low as $70, but they also charge an additional resort fee, which a lot of hotels do that around here because there are a lot of extra amenities that come with the hotel, and so they charge a resort fee instead of adding it into your room cost automatically. So it might be like $70 per night, but the resort fee, the daily fee, will be $25 per day, and so you have to put that into your cost. Make sure that you're doing that before you book, and make sure you're comparing that to other hotels and their resort fees too. Always look for resort fees because they can be hidden in the cost, and you don't really know until you look at the final price or things like that. They might not even charge it until you get here. And the reason why they charge those resort fees is because it includes things like all the amenities that you get access to. And so that's like pool access and the activities that happen at the pool and the tennis courts and the basketball courts and the maintenance that goes into other things and the grills that I will show you and all of those things. And so just be aware of that when calculating the cost of your overall trip. As far as preferable complexes, Building 30 is right next to the big dunes pool. So if you want to be in a room that is near the pool, you can ask for Building 30. There's several different complexes near the pool though. As you can see, there's one there and right behind here, so very short walk to the big pool. There are other pools around here, but the dunes pool is the big one with the big fancy waterfall and like the there's a bar, and then you can rent little cabanas. So this is the nicest pool, the most fun, a little bit of a party pool. So if you want to be near it, you can request a building that's close to it. Here's the pool. This is where the big giant waterfall is, and there's even a little water slide on the other side, as you can see. Here's another look at the pool on this side, and then there's the water slide right there, and it drops you right into the water. I can see adults in it, I see kids in it, so it looks like a really good time. Here's the menu for the Tiki Bar. They've got some food like fries and mac and cheese and pretzels and nachos, some wraps, like chicken wraps, and then for drinks they have lots of cocktails, margaritas and Mai Tais and specialty cocktails, and of course some beer and smoothies. So kind of a lot of good options if you're looking for food and drink here. And this is the bar right here. So they have a bar right here to pick up your food and your drink. Also, there is another little shack over here, and this is where they do activities that you can pay for. So I saw people doing like tie-dye, and they had all the materials. And here are the cabanas that you can rent. And these are just little shaded areas that will be marked off for the day for you. So you can use them all day if you plan to sit by the pool all day long. Now all the complexes are grouped together like this. It kind of looks like an apartment complex, and there are tons of them located around, and it is a huge resort like I was saying. So you'll see these complexes kind of grouped together in different areas of the resort, and that's where you'll be staying. A lot of them have like patios that look out at little ponds or like backyards or things like that. Okay, now we're gonna walk towards the Welcome Center, and this is where you're gonna check in for your stay, and just know that it's like right in the middle of the resort. It's not towards the entrance. You have to go a little bit farther inside the resort to find it, but there are signs to find it. And this is just a quick look of the resort lobby, and that's where you're checking for sales and timeshare information, which I will talk about soon, but I just wanted to give you a look at it. This is a place where you can wait. Some chairs for the kids. And this is also where you can find the fitness center, which is open 24 hours, which is nice. Here's another thing I really need to talk about and emphasize. This is a timeshare resort. And what that means is they are going to sell that timeshare to you. They're going to attempt to sell that timeshare for you. Obviously, you do not have to buy a timeshare. We don't own a timeshare here. We just stay here periodically. But just know that they're going to attempt to pressure you into buying a timeshare, because that's what it is. And so a couple of things. So when we stayed here, what they did is they called us on the phone and they asked us if we wanted to partake in a timeshare presentation. And if you do want to do that, they do give free things out. Like they offered us a 7-night stay here at Mystic Dunes if we stayed for the presentation. They aren't necessarily requiring you to buy a timeshare, but they are going to pressure you to buy that timeshare if you go to the presentation. So that was one of the offers. I know people have been offered theme park tickets, like free Disney World tickets. If you go to the presentation, they'll give you tickets in exchange for seeing the presentation. It all sounds fine and dandy, but just know that they are going to pressure you. I've heard that the presentations last up to like 3 or 4 hours. We didn't go, I haven't done a presentation, so I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming you're gonna have to block out a long time if you're going to the presentation, and you have to stay strong if you have no intention of buying a timeshare. So just know that they're going to really hit it on the head here and try to get you to buy. You can definitely say no right off the bat if they call you. You can just be like, no thank you. And when we did that, they stopped calling, so it was nice. And directly next to the Welcome Center is the Oasis Recreation Complex, Activity Center, Mini Market, and another theme park shuttle stop. So this is where you can rent some of the things and where a lot of, like, your main hub will be if you are wanting to golf, that sort of thing. So there's the Welcome Center, and then right next to it is this building right here. And then there's the Activity Center, which I showed you the sign for. It's just a little bit past the Welcome Center. And you'll find this little trailer-like building, and there's a whole calendar of everything that's going on during the week. These are our weekly activities, and all of this is included in your resort fee, or might be a little bit of an extra cost, but there's all sorts of things going on this week, like crafts and yoga and scavenger hunts and fitness for seniors. They just got a ton of stuff going on. And stuff for Memorial Day too, that are very themed, patriotic airbrush tattoos, that sort of thing. So stop by here if you want to see what's going on. And if you keep traveling down the same road as the Welcome Center, you're going to find another pool. And it looks like it's closed right now, but there is usually a bar open here, and we'll go inside and look. And there's also a mini market which has like some snacks that you can pick up, which is nice if you're staying near this pool instead of the Dunes pool. They have some similar amenities, and I'll give you a look around. And over at the Activity Center, there's a sign here. It says what you can check out from the Activity Center and play with in this area over here. So you have tennis stuff, mini golf, shuffleboard, pickleball, ping pong, tons of stuff. From check out bicycles to go around the resort, all that stuff. Very fun. Quick look at the second pool. There are 2 pool areas and then a little splash pad for kids. This is definitely a quieter pool, a little bit smaller than the Dunes pool. The other one's kind of a party pool, and this one's a little bit more chill. There is a lot of seating here, so it's nice if you don't want to be with all the crowds. So here's another part of the pools, 2 separate pools. This one's 3 to 5 feet, and this one is also 3 to 5 feet, but a little bit bigger. And I'll show you the splash pad over here on the other side, and also you can rent cabanas on this side too, which is nice. And here's a little splash pad and waterfall for the little ones, which is really nice. Just a cute little area for them to play in. Very adorable. Alrighty, and here's one more pool I wanted to show you. This is the terrace pool, and it kind of overlooks the main road that's right across the street there that you can kind of see. This is the pool you're going to see on your way in when you're going to registration. The Welcome Center is right in this direction that I'm pointing my camera. It's right next to it, so you can actually probably just walk over if you wanted to. This is a nice pool. It's even quieter than the other 2. There's no loud music. It's fairly small, and just some nice patio arrangements, and pretty quiet over here. It's really nice. Okay, next, this is the restaurant that is located on site here at Mystic, and this is the place called Kenzie's. And I believe a lot of people who are golfers eat here at this little restaurant, because it's right here right in the middle of the golf course. Just note that it is a little bit farther away from all of the villas and all of the hotel rooms, so it's not necessarily walkable, but you may need to drive or have your little golf cart and get over here to eat at the restaurant. But I do want to take a look at it just to show you what it's like, just in case you want to eat on site. And here is the hours for Kenzie's. Breakfast served daily from 7 to 10, and then all day menu from 11 to 10 p.m. Those are actually pretty great hours if you are staying here, if you want to grab breakfast before going to theme parks, or if you're here a little bit later after the theme parks. So that's kind of great. And here's a look at the inside of the restaurant. It doesn't look like there's a ton of people hidden here, but there's a bar, there's to-go orders. I believe this is where you can order room service too. I'm not sure about that, but it seems like that might be true, but I don't know for sure about that. Anyway, that's a look at the restaurant. There's lots of tables available right now. It's not a very busy day, but it's fairly nice. It's a nice little place if you just want to pick up some food, if you want to eat somewhere or go to a bar indoors. And on the other side they have a pro golf shop too, so you can pick up your golf gear, shirts, and they all are branded with Mystic Dunes Golf Club, so if you want to commemorate your stay here. There's some supplies, hats, and visors, and all sorts of things. Now I'm going to take a moment to talk about the rooms. I'll show you some pictures, a little bit of video that I took of our room. So they're pretty nice. I like them a lot. They're new-ish. I wouldn't say they're like luxurious or brand new or anything, but they are nice. Nothing's too terribly run down. Everything looks fairly new. And I love them. I love staying here. We've stayed here a couple times because I love the layout. You get a living room, a kitchen, a bedroom, a bathroom, sometimes a balcony, most of the time a balcony, and a little bit of a view, maybe to like some forest or vegetation, but not anything crazy. But the amenities alone are super worth it to me, especially if you're here with a large family. I know you can get a 2-bedroom too if you need more accommodations. I believe the sofa pulls out. If somebody wants to sleep on the sofa, I believe that it pulls out too. And they are just fantastic for families, and especially if you're renting a car, because parking is free and included in your resort fees and your resort room fees. So that's not an added cost that you have to factor in. So if you're driving here, I definitely advise this place because first of all, the shuttles aren't too reliable, so I wouldn't completely rely on a shuttle to get you to and from Disney and maximize your time in the theme parks. It's gonna be a little inconvenient, and so that's kind of a con. So if you are not driving and you don't want to rent a car, then I definitely advise staying on property at a Disney World resort. I actually have an article I wrote about affordable, budget-friendly value resorts at Disney, and I ranked them from best to worst, and you can find the link to that in the description below. It's on my website actually, but you can find it below. But that said, Mystic Dunes is a really great semi-affordable place. It's not cheap like other hotels, but if you want a little bit of a resort feeling and you're driving, I really like this place. But mostly for the rooms, but also for the accommodations. The pools are really nice, and they have lots of activities. If you want to do other things other than theme parks, if you want to just spend a day at the resort, you can like play tennis or basketball or something like that. If you're a little active, if you like golfing, perfect place for it. It's a huge golf resort. If you have any questions about the hotel, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I've stayed here, I know it, I love it, so go ahead and ask me about it and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, I've got a couple of freebies for you, which I'm going to talk about, and thank you for staying to the end because you get some freebies. Hooray for freebies. So the first one is, well actually the one that I'm offering now, which I have a couple that you can look for in the description below, but I have a 15 ways to save at your Disney World vacation. That's a free little guide that I give out to people. It's just a simple little guide that helps you learn about the ways that you can save on your Disney vacations. You can save a little bit of money. So that guide is below and you can sign up for it and then receive it directly to your inbox, your email inbox. And the other one is, this is kind of a side note, but a lot of people like to learn about it. I'm actually a coach for travel agents, so I teach people how to become travel agents and make money selling Disney vacations or Universal vacations, places that they love. So if you want to learn more about that free course, that's below too, totally free. It's just a service that I do. So go ahead and look at that and some other videos that I'm going to post about below in the description as well. Lots of free goodies. Let me help you plan your vacation. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a hello in the comments because I love to hear from you. Okay, have a great day and I'll see you at the parks.